Kyle Cooke made a surprising statement about his and Amanda Batula's marriage on Summer House. Under the covers, before sharing how they've turned things around in their relationship. Summer House's Amanda Batula and Kyle Cooke had a heated conversation about their relationship status in an unseen Season 9 moment that led the latter to make a cryptic statement. In the previously unaired clip from the Summer House, Under the Covers special, the couple prepared for another season in the Hamptons by laying out some serious marital issues they needed to address. Amanda described her perpetual frustration with her husband, sometimes being out till 4 o'clock in the morning, a topic that swiftly led to them revisiting rumors of Kyle cheating that she said had been swirling for 5 years and caused her to have a hard time trusting him. From Kyle's perspective, the larger issue contributing to her trust issues was that he and Amanda were never together and did not have a social life because she does not enjoy late-night partying. The second we got engaged, in 2018, you pulled back, he claimed. You stopped making an effort with my friends, you stopped going out with me. We have not been social in years. I have friends that have come to the city for 5 straight years in a row, and you declined to join them time and time again. Defending herself, Amanda shot back, but you're not giving me reasons to want to make an effort because you're not making an effort for me. You're not doing the one thing that I've needed from you. She continued, if I was able to trust you that you were coming home at reasonable times, these cheating rumors wouldn't affect me at all. That's when Kyle cut her off and stated, you're just proving to everybody right now that we should not be together. Kyle Cooke reveals his and Amanda Batula's friendship dissipated. The Loverboy founder also brought up the crumbling foundation of their relationship as they were questioning their future together. The biggest issue, I feel, is that our friendship has dissipated to the point where that's what I feel like this summer actually needs to be about. Getting back to being friends, he said. I want my best friend back. As Amanda saw it, though, Kyle continuing to go out and party, despite knowing it makes her upset, only pushed her away. And then you're like, why aren't we friends? She told him. Friendship is built on trust. I can't trust you. Another unaired Summer House clip from 3 months later, at the season-ending Hamptons Bash, revealed that Kyle and Amanda had already successfully worked through several issues in the interim. This has been one of our best summers together, the swimwear designer declared, while recapping how working on themselves individually through therapy had a huge impact and made their relationship so much better and so much stronger. She continued, I feel like we're at a place where we were when we first met, where we're just able to, pick on each other and be silly and have fun and not take things so personally. Kyle, for his part, also explained that he learned to practice some self-control in the preceding several summer months by challenging himself to wake up and work out every morning, regardless of whether he'd been out late drinking the night before. Looking ahead, he once again broached the topic of starting a family with Amanda in the not-so-distant future. Prompting her to respond, Kyle sat on the edge of the bed in the master suite of their newly rented Hamptons house, fingers laced, head bowed. The room smelled faintly of the ocean breeze drifting in through the open window and Amanda's citrusy shampoo. A silence stretched between them, not angry, but weighted, like a pause that had lasted too many months. Amanda leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, watching him. There were dark circles under her eyes that hadn't faded since the last season ended. Her voice cracked the silence like glass under pressure. So, she said, not softly, not harshly. Just real. Are we going to keep doing this, Kyle? Kyle looked up slowly, the furrow in his brow deepening. Doing what? Amanda let out a humorless laugh. Pretending that we're okay. Pretending that every time you come home at 4 a.m., I'm not wide awake wondering if you're with someone else. Wondering if I even matter anymore. His gaze dropped again, and for a moment, he said nothing. The soft hum of the ceiling fan filled the void. Finally, he spoke. I've never cheated on you, Amanda, he said. the weariness in his voice betraying the repetition of the defense. But I get it. The rumors, the late nights. I haven't given you reasons to believe me. Amanda swallowed hard. It's not just about the rumors, Kyle. It's the trust, or the lack of it. You say you want me to be more social, to hang out with your friends. But every time I try, it feels like I'm forcing myself into a world that you've already decided I don't belong in. That's not fair, Kyle replied, his tone sharpening. The second we got engaged, you started pulling back, you stopped coming out, you stopped trying with my friends. Every time someone visits the city, you say no. Every single time. Amanda's expression flickered, hurt, maybe guilt, but her voice held firm. And you stopped trying with me. You want me to go out with your friends, but you won't do the one thing I need, come home. Show me that I can rely on you. I don't care about your hangovers, Kyle. I care about waking up alone every weekend, wondering where my husband is. Silence again. And then, a sentence that sliced the air clean in two. You're just proving to everybody right now that we should not be together. Amanda blinked, stunned. The words hit harder than anything he'd ever said, not because they were cruel, but because they might have been true. Kyle saw the flicker in her eyes, the way her lip trembled for a split second. And suddenly, the weight of what he'd said settled into his chest like stone. I didn't mean that, he said quickly, standing up. I was angry. Yes, you did. Amanda cut him off, voice small but certain. And maybe we both think it sometimes. Maybe we've just been too scared to admit it. Kyle paced to the window and stared out at the pink-orange sky bleeding into the ocean horizon. The sun was setting on another Hamptons day, and maybe, just maybe, on them too. He turned back slowly. When did we stop being friends? He asked quietly. I mean, really, you used to be my best friend, Amanda. We'd laugh at the dumbest things. We'd sneak off from parties and just talk in corners for hours. We'd make fun of people together. We loved each other. Amanda stepped into the room now, finally, arms still crossed like armor. I don't know, somewhere between the wedding planning and the late nights and the hangovers and the therapy we never did. Kyle looked down. Maybe that's what this summer needs to be about, he said. Not just salvaging our marriage, but getting back to friendship, to being us. 3 months later, the Hamptons house was alive with music and laughter. It was the last night of the season. A finale party filled with glowing string lights, spilled rosé, and the kind of golden warmth that comes only after a storm has passed. Kyle and Amanda stood in the corner of the backyard, not sneaking off like old times, but choosing to. Together. I'm not gonna lie, Kyle said, tipping back a can of Loverboy. This was a good summer. Best one in a while. Amanda grinned, the kind of smile he hadn't seen in months, years maybe. Therapy helped, she admitted. Even though you were totally against it at first. I wasn't totally against it, Kyle said defensively, then relented. Okay, I was, but it worked. Amanda nodded. We started listening to each other again. Not just talking, not yelling. You stopped making assumptions about me, he said. You started coming home, she replied. He reached out and took her hand. You're still my best friend, you know. Amanda looked up at him. I think we lost each other for a while, but we didn't lose everything. That's what scared me the most. That we'd forget what it felt like to be us. Kyle smiled. I still remember. The first night we met, you told me I looked like a finance bro who got lost on his way to a SoulCycle class. You did, Amanda laughed. And you were wearing that awful pink shirt. You mean the iconic pink shirt. I almost walked out of the bar, but you didn't. Amanda's voice softened. No, I didn't. They watched their friends dancing under the canopy of lights. The music swelled, and someone popped a bottle of champagne that fizzed into the air like a victory cry. Kyle turned to her again, this time more serious. You know, I've been thinking about the next step. Amanda raised an eyebrow. You mean, a family, he said. Kids? Not right this second, but we're rebuilding. Stronger than before. And I think we're getting ready. Amanda didn't answer right away. Her eyes moved to the ocean, dark now under the moonlight, constant and vast. Finally, she looked back at him. I used to think we'd never be ready, that maybe we shouldn't be together at all. She paused. But now, I think we've done the hard part. We fought through it, and we're still here. Kyle nodded. Yeah, we are. She leaned into his chest, and he wrapped his arms around her as the music played on. It wasn't perfect, and it never would be, but it was real, and for now, that was enough. Later that night, Amanda found herself alone in the kitchen, barefoot on the cool tiles, sipping water as the house settled into quiet. Kyle walked in behind her, wrapping his arms around her waist from behind. Hey, he said. You okay? She nodded. Just thinking. He kissed the top of her head. About what? She turned in his arms to face him. About how close we came to giving up. Kyle met her eyes. But we didn't. No, Amanda said softly. We didn't. He held her close, and they stood there for a long moment, two people who had weathered every rumor, every fight, every fear. They had questioned their future. They had doubted their love, but they had also done the work and found their way back. Sometimes love wasn't about grand gestures or perfect Instagram stories. Sometimes it was choosing each other again and again, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard.